This kindness was extended because the Kenates had themselves exercised loving kindness with all the sons of Israel at the time of their coming up out of Egypt. 1 Sa 15. 5, 6. Compare X 18. 8, 9. New 10. 29-33. Later, David told Achish that he had made a raid upon the south of the Kenates. 1 Sa 27. 10. But this was part of a subterfuge. Actually, the Kenates were on friendly terms with the Israelites. Thus, David sent some of the spoil seized from the Amalekites to those in the cities of the Kenates, probably in the mountainous region of southern Judah. 1 Sa 30. 29. Families of scribes residing at Jabez were Kenates that came from Hamath, the father of the house of Rechab. 1 Ch 2. 55. They are mentioned in connection with descendants of Judah. 1 Ch 2. 3. The fact that the Kenates lived in association with different peoples at various times and places may imply that this nomadic or semi-nomadic people was not entirely absorbed by any other tribe or people. The Bible does not specifically report what happened to the Kenates, also called Cain. Balaam's proverbial utterance concerning them posed the question: how long will it be till Assyria will carry you away captive? New 24. 21, 22. So it may be that some Kenates lived in the northern kingdom of Israel and surrounding areas and were taken captive along with them by the Assyrians. 2 Chi 15. 29. 17. 6. Kenizite Keniz middle Zite of belonging to Kenaz. 1. Member of a non-Israelite people in Orni Canaan whose territory was promised by Jehovah to Abram's seed. G 15. 18, 19. The Kenizites evidently moved into the Negev from this, possibly spreading over part of Edom as well as what became southern Judah, doing so prior to the Israelite conquest of the Promised Land. The Kenizites have been linked by some scholars with the Kenaz, who was a sheikh of Edom descended from Esau through Eliphaz Ge 36. 15, 16, and thus are viewed as a prominent Edomite family. There is, however, uncertainty as to the actual identity of the patronymic ancestor of the Kenizites since the Bible itself does not provide details in this regard. The fact that, in Abram's time, Jehovah listed the Kenizites among those occupying territory that was to become the possession of Abram's CGE 15. 18, 19 does not favor the view that a Kenizite zotextoi acute muritra longo, Keturah 147 pretty as Job's daughters in all the land. Job 42. 15. The bluish-white metallic substance antimony produces a brilliant black color that was used by Oriental women of biblical days to dye their eyelashes and perhaps their eyebrows, or it was used to color the edges of their eyelids, thus making the eyes appear large and lustrous. C2 Chi 9. 30. J4. 30. Kerioth Keira middle Dodath towns. A place mentioned in 2 prophecies against Moab. J48. 24. And 2. 2. The meaning of its name may indicate that the city was comprised of several smaller towns. Kerioth's exact location is uncertain. Some scholars tentatively suggest Saliyah, a site about 16 kilometers 10 miles of Dibon and end of the Arnon. Others believe that Kerioth is perhaps the same as S of Arnon. This view seems to find some support in the fact that and Kerioth, although figuring as principal cities, compare Am to 1-3. The 2. 9, 18, do not appear together in lists of Moabite towns. Compare Issa 15 and 16. J48. The Moabite stone, although giving no hint as to the location of Kerioth, does indicate that the god Chemosh had a sanctuary there. Kerioth Hezron Keira middle Dodath Hezron towns of Hezron. Another name for Hazano. 3. A town of Judah that has tentatively been identified with Bad El Kiedin Tel Kiryayot, about 20 kilometers 12 miles of Hebron. Jos 15. 25. Keros Keiros possibly, Stutova. The founder of a family of Nethinim, some of whose descendants were among those returning to Jerusalem and Judah with Zerubbabel after the Babylonian exile. Es 2. 1, 2, 43, 44. Ne 7. 6, 7, 46, 47. Kezil constellation Keselheb. Kezil, stupid. though this word is used many times in its basic sense of stupid, compare PS 49. 10. 92. 6. PR 1. 22, yet the context in 4 places Job 9. 9. 38. 31. Am 5. 8. And Isa 13. 10 here in the plural indicates its use to designate a stellar body or group. The term is generally considered to apply to Orion, also called the Hunter, a very prominent constellation containing the giant stars Betelgeuse and Rigel. The Latin Vulgate translated Casil as Orion in Job 9. 9 and Amos 5. 8. Most translations imitate the Latin Vulgate in viewing Casil as referring to Orion. The ancient Targum and Syriac versions read giant, and this corresponds to the Arabic name for the Orion constellation, Gibbar, or strong one Hebrew equivalent, Gib Bor. The term is used at Amos 5. 8 in connection with the reproof of Israel for failing to search for the true God Jehovah, the maker of the heavenly constellations. At Isaiah 13. 9, 10, where the plural Kazi and their constellations of Kazil is used, the description is of the day of Jehovah, in which proud and haughty tyrants will be abased and the celestial bodies will cease to give their light. Keturah Chura from the root meaning make sacrificial smoke. A wife of Abraham and the mother of 6 of his sons, Zimran, Jokshan, Medan, Midian, Ishbak, and Shua, ancestors of various and Arabian peoples dwelling to the S&D of Palestine. GE 25. 1-4. Keturah is specifically referred to as Abraham's concubine at 1 Chronicles 1. 32, and quite apparently she and Hagar amend at Genesis 25. 6, where reference is made to the sons of Abraham's concubines. Keturah was therefore a secondary wife who never attained the same position as Sarah the mother of Isaac, through whom the promised seed came. GE 17. 19-21. 21. 2, 3, 12. Heb 11. 17, 18 While Abraham gave everything he had to Isaac, the patriarch gave gifts to the sons of his concubines and then sent them away from Isaac his son, while he was still alive, eastward, to the land of the east. GE 25. 5, 6. It has been contended that Abraham took Keturah as a concubine prior to Sarah's death, some thinking it improbable that he would have 6 sons by one woman after he was about 140 years old, and that he would then survive to see them attain an age at which otextoi acute miritra longo, key 148 key. An instrument used to lock or unlock doors and gates. Key is used both literally and figuratively in the Bible. The key of biblical times was often a flat piece of wood having pins that corresponded to holes in a bolt that was inside the door of a home. Such a key served to push the bar or bolt inside the door, instead of being turned in the lock as is the modern key. The key was often carried in the girdle or was fastened to some other object and carried over the shoulder. Isa 22. 22. Egyptian keys of bronze or iron have been found, consisting of a straight shank approximately 13 cm 5 inches long, with 3 or more projecting teeth at the end. The Romans also used metal keys, including some of the type made to turn in locks. Keys of bronze have been discovered in Palestine. Moabite King Eglon used a lock and key for the door of his roof chamber. JG 3. 15-17, 20-25 Certain post-exilic Levites were entrusted with temple guard service, being placed in charge of the key, even to open up from morning to morning. 1ch 9. 26, 27. Figurative use. In the figurative vein, the Bible uses the term key to symbolize authority, government, and power. Eliakim, elevated to a position of trust and honor, had the key of the house of David put upon his shoulder. Isa 22. 20-22 In the Middle East, in more recent times, a large key upon a man's shoulder identified him as a person of consequence or importance. Anciently, a king's advisor, entrusted with the power of the keys, might have general supervision of the royal chambers and might also decide on any candidates for the king's service. In the angelic message to the congregation in Philadelphia, the exalted Jesus Christ is said to have the key of David, and he is the one who opens so that no one will shut, and shuts so that no one opens. 3. 7, 8 As the heir of the covenant made with David for the kingdom, Jesus Christ has committed to him the government of the household of faith and the headship of spiritual Israel. Luke 1. 32, 33 By his authority, symbolized by the key of David, he can open or shut figurative doors, or opportunities and privileges. Compare 1 Co 16. 9. 2 Co 2. 12, 13. How did Peter use the keys of the kingdom that were entrusted to him? Jesus said to Peter, I will give you the keys of the kingdom of the heavens, and whatever you may bind on earth will be the thing bound in the heavens, and whatever you may loose on earth will be the thing loosed in the heavens. Mount 16. 19 The identification of these keys logically must be based on other scriptural information. Jesus made another reference to the subject of keys when he said to the religious leaders, versed in the law, you took away the key of knowledge. You yourselves did not go in, and those going in you hindered. Luke 11. 52 A comparison of this text with Matthew 23. 13 indicates that the going in referred to is with regard to entrance into the kingdom of the heavens. Thus, the use of the word key in Jesus' statement to Peter indicated that Peter would have the privilege of initiating a program of instruction that would open up special opportunities with respect to the kingdom of the heavens. Different from the hypocritical religious leaders of that time, Peter clearly did use divinely provided knowledge to help persons to enter into the kingdom, notably on 3 occasions. One was on the day of Pentecost 33 CE when Peter, under inspiration, revealed to gathered multitude that Jehovah God had resurrected Jesus and exalted him to his own right hand in the heavens, and that Jesus, in that royal position, had poured out Holy Spirit on his assembled disciples. As a result of this knowledge and acting upon no textoi acute miritra longo, kidnapping 149 the first prospective members of the kingdom of the heavens from among the Gentiles. The unlocked door of opportunity for Gentile believers to become members of the Christian congregation thereafter remained open. Act 10. 1-48. 15. 7-9. Matthew 16. The 19th of may be rendered with grammatical correctness. Whatever you may bind on earth will be the thing bound or, the thing already bound in the heavens, and whatever you may loose on earth will be the thing loosed or, the thing already loosed in the heavens. A translation by Charles B. Williams here reads, whatever you forbid on earth must be what is already